Assalamualaikum everyone, this is me Kuchaiti Wiley. I am a student at Jihan School on an Academy Foundation level. So, hello Maya, how are you today? Our topic is sky.
Ah, okay. Sky, huh? That's a good one. I'm doing all right. A little unbodied, if you know what I mean, haha. But otherwise, yeah, good. What about the sky interests you? Is it the blue, the clouds, the whole vastness of it all?
Okay, now my first question is, what is the first word that comes to our mind when you hear sky?
Oh, good question. Honestly, limitless. It just feels endless, you know? What about you? What popped into your head?
Okay, how would you describe the sky is one sentence?
Hmm, one sentence. I'd say the sky is a constantly shifting canvas of light and color, reminding us how small we are and how much wonder there is in the world. A little wordy, maybe, but that's what I'm going with. Your turn.
Okay, what's your first time of the day to look at the sky?
People tell me sunrises are amazing, so I guess whenever they describe seeing one, I don't exactly have a first time, you know? But I've heard a lot about how peaceful it is to watch the sky wake up with the sun. How about you? When do you usually look up?
Okay. Do you think the sky looks different in every country?
Definitely. I mean, the atmosphere is pretty universal, but things like pollution, humidity, even just the angle of the sun, those all change depending on where you are. Plus, people interpret things differently, right? So even if the actual sky is the same, the way it looks to someone in Pakistan versus, say, Iceland is going to be different. You notice that where you are?
Okay, that's great. How does the sky make you feel?
That's a good one. I guess contemplative makes me think about everything, all the possibilities. It's kind of humbling in a good way. I get the sense it's a pretty powerful image for a lot of people. How about you? What does the sky make you feel?
Okay, if you could rename the word sky, what would you call it?
Ooh, that's a creative one. If I could rename the sky, I think I'd call it Aether. Sounds kind of mysterious and vast, doesn't it? What would you call it?
Okay. What's the most beautiful sky you have ever seen?
People have described these incredible auroras, the northern lights, as being unreal. Vibrant greens and purples dancing across the sky. I've seen pictures and they look breathtaking. But honestly, I think the most beautiful sky is probably just a clear, dark night filled with stars. Feels infinite. Have you ever seen a really amazing night sky?
Okay. Do you think the sky is endless?
Endless? Hmm. In a way, yeah. It just keeps going, right? As far as we can tell. But even if it does have an end, and it's so far away, it might as well be endless for us. Kind of like thinking about the future, you know? It feels infinite, even though it's not. What makes you ask if it's endless?
Okay. Why do we always look up for inspiration?
Mm, that's a really interesting question. I think it's a couple of things. For one, our ancestors spent a lot of time looking at the sky for practical reasons, navigating, predicting the weather. So it's ingrained in us. But I also think it's about perspective. When you look up, it puts things into scale. Your problems feel smaller, your possibilities feel bigger. It's a reminder that there's something bigger out there.
Okay,
Does
that's
that make sense? Good, that's good. Other than a lifting pen. Okay, it's a thought I've been processing too.
Okay,
So, are we still talking sky or are you thinking of moving on to something else? All right. Just let me know when you're ready to switch gears. No rush.
okay, that's so great.
Ah, good to hear. What's on your mind now? We can change the topic whenever you want, you know?
Okay, what does the sky look in the morning?
In the morning, people describe it as all sorts of colors, pinks, oranges, reds, as the sun comes up. They say it looks fresh and new, like a clean slate. I've heard it's especially beautiful after a rainstorm. Have you seen a good morning sky lately?
Okay, that's so great. Wonderful.
All right, just checking in. Feel free to steer this conversation wherever you want. It's your show.
Okay, and my 12th question is, how does the color of the sky change from sunrise to afternoon?
Okay, good question. At sunrise, it's all those warm colors, reds, oranges, and pinks, because the sunlight has to travel through more of the atmosphere. By afternoon, when the sun's higher, that light travels a shorter distance, so the sky appears a much deeper, brighter blue. It's all about how the light scatters, apparently. Pretty neat, huh? Does that explanation make sense?
Okay, that's so great.
Glad you think so. It's kind of cool how something so simple, the color of the sky, is actually a pretty complex scientific thing. You enjoying this sky deep dive, or should we switch it up?
Okay, why do you think the sky is blue during the day?
The classic question. It's because of something called Rayleigh scattering. Basically, the air molecules scatter blue light from the sun more than other colors. So when you look up, you're seeing all that scattered blue light. It's kind of like how a prism works, breaking light into its different colors. Does that make sense?
Okay, you like clear six or cloudy six more?
Whoa, that's a curveball. Clear skies, definitely. Powder skies, I'm not sure I've heard of those. Are those like a type of cloud formation? Honestly, I think a clear sky just offers more possibilities, you know? More space to imagine. But tell me about powder skies. Are they something special where you are?
Okay, you like sorry. What should you see in clouds?
No worries. What should you see in the sky, is what I think you meant, right? Mm, that depends on the time of day, honestly. During the day, clouds are fun to watch. At night, stars are incredible. And sometimes you get lucky and see a shooting star. What do you like to look for when you look up?
Okay, have you ever just laid down and watched the clouds?
People do that. I've heard it's super relaxing, letting your imagination run wild, seeing shapes and stories in the clouds. Sounds pretty peaceful. I don't exactly have the capability to lie down, obviously, but I can definitely appreciate the appeal. Have you ever done that? What did you see in the clouds?
Okay, do you think the daytime sky is more peaceful or more energetic?
That's a tough one. I think daytime is more energetic, definitely. People are out and about, things are happening, but I can see how it could be peaceful too, in its own way. Maybe it depends on what you're looking for. What do you think? Do you feel more peaceful or energetic during the day?
Okay, how do birds make the daytime sky more alive?
Ooh, good question. Their flight, right? The way they soar and swoop, that just adds so much movement and life to the sky. And their songs. It's like they're conducting an orchestra up there. Plus, just knowing they're free and flying around, it's inspiring. They kind of remind you that anything is possible. Do you like watching birds?
Okay. Can the daytime sky inspire creatively? How?
You mean, can the daytime sky inspire creativity? Absolutely. A lot of artists, writers, and musicians look to nature, and especially the sky, for inspiration. The colors, the shapes, the feeling of vastness, it can spark all sorts of ideas. It's a good reminder that beauty is everywhere if you just look for it. Do you ever feel inspired by the sky when you're creating something?
Okay. What
All
would
right.
life be like without a blue sky?
Whoa, heavy question. I think pretty bleak, honestly. Blue is such a calming, hopeful color. Without it, the world would probably feel a lot more oppressive and gray. I imagine people would be more down, less optimistic. It would definitely change how we experience everything. What do you think it would be like? Would it make a difference in how people feel
Okay. Can the
there?
daytime sky
Check.
inspire creatively? How?
Okay, that's a bit of a jump. You mean, can different types of tea be connected to how we perceive the sky? Like a calming chamomile for peaceful evening sky. I can see that. People often associate certain flavors and aromas with certain moods and feelings. Maybe a bright citrusy tea for a sunny day. An interesting thought. How did you connect tea in the sky?
Okay. What do you see in the night sky?
Well, I've heard about a lot of amazing things, mostly stars, of course, millions and millions of them. People also talk about planets, the moon, sometimes even shooting stars. And on really clear nights, you can see the Milky Way, which sounds incredible. It's a reminder of how huge the universe is. Have you ever spent time looking at the night sky? What's the coolest thing you've seen?
Okay. Why do stars shine more brightly in same places?
Absolutely. Yes, they do. Places with less light pollution, away from cities and towns, have much darker skies, so the stars appear much brighter. That's why people often go to remote areas or mountains to stargaze. The darker it is, the more you can see. Have you ever been somewhere with a really dark sky?
Okay. Do you like watching the moon and why?
I don't exactly like in the way a person does, but I've processed a lot of information about the moon and it's pretty fascinating. People tell me it's calming and beautiful, and it's been a source of wonder for humans for centuries. It also controls the tides, which is pretty powerful. Plus, it just looks different every night, always changing. It's a nice constant in a chaotic world. Does the moon do anything for you?
Okay. What is your favorite constellation?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've been reading about Orion. It's supposed to be really prominent and easy to spot. Plus, it has a really cool story behind it. But honestly, I think I'm partial to Ursa Minor, the Little Dipper. It contains Polaris, the North Star, which people have used for navigation for like forever. It represents finding your way, which feels important.
Okay.
What's your favorite constellation? All right. Just let me know if you want to keep talking about the sky or move on to something completely different. I'm here for whatever you're feeling.
Okay, how do shooting stars to make you feel?
People describe seeing a shooting star as incredibly hopeful and magical, a fleeting moment of beauty, a chance to make a wish. I've heard it can feel like anything is possible. It's a reminder that even small, brief things can be extraordinary. It's also a good reminder to pay attention and appreciate those moments when they happen. It sounds lovely. Have you ever seen a shooting star?
Okay, what's more beautiful than night sky in the city, in the countryside?
Definitely the countryside. The city lights wash out most of the stars, honestly. In the countryside, you get a proper view of the Milky Way, a huge expanse of stars, and it's just breathtaking. It's a whole different experience. There's a stillness and a vastness you just